ASEAN must be prepared to be able to handle the challenges that are getting more complex. We have to prepare for the worst, but remain hoping for the best. And this is where the role of HLTF is very crucial to identify all the challenges and also the opportunities way ahead in the future and to ensure that the ASEAN can continue to contribute to the region and the world. The ASEAN vision of 2045 must be more adaptive and forward-looking. It must not be business as usual. During our course of discussion today, we will elaborate an out-of-the-box as well as transformative way of thinking. Therefore, ASEAN leaders will hear directly on the report of the HLTF as well as your future.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, the President of the Republic of Indonesia and the ASEAN leaders arrive at the venue. Please rise. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, please rise for the ASEAN anthem. Please be seated.
Selamat.
Good morning, Excellencies, ASEAN leaders. Welcome to the 42nd
Labuan Bajo, Indonesia.
Indonesia. I would like to welcome His Excellency Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, and His Excellency Sonchai Sipendon, the Prime Minister of the Lao PDR. Also, His Excellency Taur Matan Ruak, the Prime Minister of Timor-Leste. Welcome to the ASEAN family. Distinguished ASEAN leaders, at the moment, the global economy is not fully recovered. Major power rivalries continue to sharpen. Global dynamics becomes more unpredictable, and thus begs the question, will ASEAN remain to be a spectator? Will ASEAN remain silent? And will ASEAN be capable of being an engine for peace and economic growth? I am confident that we are confident that ASEAN is capable, as long as we hold a key element: unity. With unity, ASEAN would be able to play a central role in bringing peace and growth. We have strong assets as an epicentrum of growth, an economy that grows far above the average global economic growth, demographic bonus, and a maintained regional stability. Therefore, onwards, ASEAN must continue to increase efforts to strengthen economic integration, reinforce inclusive cooperation, including through the implementation of the RCEP, and strengthen the regional health architecture, food security, energy resilience, and financial stability. Let us work hard to realize ASEAN Matters epicentrum of growth. And with that, I declare the 42nd ASEAN Summit opened. Next, in the beginning of this session, I invite the Prime Minister of Timor-Leste to to deliver his remarks. Your Excellency, the floor is yours.
Mr. President Joko Widodo, thank you very much for your warm hospitality and for bringing us together in this pivotal moment. Distinguished leaders of ASEAN, Excellencies, Foreign Ministers, Secretary General of ASEAN, it is a great honor and a privilege to participate for the first time in this grand summit of ASEAN leaders. This marks a new chapter in our country's history as we reach another crucial stepping stone in our long journey to realize our aspiration to accede to ASEAN as it has echoed by our nation's founding fathers. Allow me to, first of all, to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency Joko Widodo, the President of the Republic of Indonesia, Chairman of ASEAN of 2023, for extending the invitation for me to participate in this historic summit. And I'd like to thank all ASEAN leaders for their unwavering support and commitment over the years to realize one of our top foreign policy goals, to become an ASEAN member and join the big family of ASEAN community. I want to thank Cambodia for its active chairmanship of the 40th and the 41st ASEAN Summits, which has been absolutely critical for Timor-Leste's admission in principle as the 11th member of ASEAN and its observer status. ASEAN's commitment signifies our mutual recognition of our strong sense of togetherness in ASEAN community building. This historic event has been a long time in the making, and today, finally, thanks to the actions we have taken, I can stand here as Prime Minister of Timor-Leste and say Timor-Leste will meet all its obligations for the full membership in ASEAN. We are doing the necessary steps from our side, focusing in essential infrastructures, in the connectivity and the welcoming conditions that are necessary and required by the adhesion roadmap. We believe to be at the right track, and it is shown by several investment examples, such as the recent allocations made for the expansion of the President Nicolau Lobato International Airport in Dili, and to guarantee speedy and secure communications through the submarine fiber optical cable, as well as improving the hospitality conditions to high dignitaries, tourists, and investors through the launching of new and modern facilities of commerce, restaurants, conference, binding, and hotels. Excellencies, Timor-Leste will always steadfastly support abiding by the international rules, as well as strengthening ASEAN to remain united and resilient in its key principles, shared values, and norms upon which it is based. In shared community, we are committed to constructive role to support ASEAN's goal for open, transparent, inclusive, and resilient rules-based ASEAN regional architecture, maintaining and promoting peace, security, and stability in the region, as well as the maritime cooperation through ASEAN-led mechanisms, including maritime security and safety, and upholding the norm of peaceful resolution of conflict, supporting multilateralism and stronger ASEAN engagement with external partners to address global concerns. implementing the ASEAN outlook on the Indo-Pacific, building people-to-people connectivity within the region, jointly achieving the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Goals and the ASEAN Community Vision of 2025, building economic ties and technological cooperation for stronger economic growth, an open and inclusive trading system, and expanded trade promotion, high-standard infrastructures, and investment with resilient projects and robust and predictable FDI programs, digitalization, climate action, with the cornerstone principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capabilities, strengthening ASEAN centrality and unity, and furthering cooperation across ASEAN's political, security, economic, and social cultural pillars, and its priorities and in addressing complex and cross-cutting challenges the region faces arising from geopolitical tensions, transnational crimes, climate change, rapid technological change, and COVID-19 pandemic impacts on our peoples and livelihoods. Excellencies, today, Timor-Leste and ASEAN affirm a partnership. Let's build on this to accomplish a common vision for further enhancing prosperity, sustainable development, and enduring peace in the region and the broader international community. At this time of global risks exacerbated by the war in Ukraine and geopolitical divides, it matters for the region to be guided by its deep friendship and solidarity. We are well placed to promote and maintain prosperity, peace, and stability in the region and beyond, anchored by ASEAN's shared commitment to rule of law, human rights, fundamental freedoms, free and open markets, and respect for the principles enshrined in the Charter of the United Nations and the obligations arising from international law. ASEAN can play a vital role in shaping the global economy by strengthening and maintaining economic ties and open trade to enhance the world's response to the impacts of the war in Ukraine. And ASEAN's collective action and active multilateral initiatives can be solutions to the strategic challenges to global security and stability, including effectively addressing the escalating geopolitical crisis, the climate emergency, and the rise of new technologies that potentially pose a threat to the humanity. ASEAN can lead by example on building a peaceful region. That's the mission and the responsibility of the leadership. We need to accelerate our efforts to overcome the obstacles of the progress from the consequences of the pandemic, the war in Europe, and the global warming. We can no longer repeat our mistakes. We also have the duty to join the efforts of ASEAN and the international community in the promotion of peace and stability in Myanmar, and we manifest our availability to contribute for the reach of a solution that may guarantee the return of this member state to the constitutional order. Excellencies, Timor-Leste is concerned with the world peace. While we recognize the inviolable right of national sovereignty and the doctrine of non-interference, we also believe that it is time to find a peaceful diplomatic solution to the war in Ukraine and the compliance with the UN Charter and international law. We call for ending the war. We need peace. The war in Ukraine involves members of a UN Security Council, which shakes the global security architecture. We need ASEAN's engagement with the key external partners through United Nations Security Council and the guarantor of peace and stability globally. We urge for building a peaceful and harmonious region because it provides the only way for developing and turning ASEAN in the center of growth amidst an escalating and dangerous tension between great powers. We appeal the UN Security Council members to ensure that peace prevails through incessant pursuit of peaceful conflict resolution, relocating financial resources that are used for the world efforts towards the great sustainable development goals, highlighting the importance to fight against poverty, famine, and subnutrition, therefore guaranteeing the necessary means to reinforce food security and the mitigation of emerging crises or the prevention of natural disasters. Excellencies, there is another crisis that needs to end, and that is our fight against climate change. The climate crisis poses a serious and growing threat to humankind and planetary health. To avert an irreversible planetary emergency requires achieving prosperity with less environmental depletion. It involves accelerating ASEAN's action for investing in renewable conservation and for the development of green and clean growth. The climate emergency requires greater global coordination to deliver on the Paris Agreement. We share ASEAN view in responsibility for the taking action based on the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capacities. It is a way to save our common home, planet Earth, and to ensure the survival of our region. Excellencies, Timor-Leste is committed to working to enhance the region's energy, water, food, health, climate, and human security through friendly relations, mutually beneficial dialogues, and partnerships. We will do what we have to do to foster an open, inclusive, and rule-based international and regional architecture. Timor-Leste supports ASEAN centrality and unity in the evolving regional architecture, and it's further committed to ASEAN's approach to upholding multilateralism, to respond to emerging challenges, and to strengthening the ASEAN way through institution building and development and adherence to ASEAN norms and international law, vital to a rule-based architecture and to prosperity and security of the region's total 622 million people. I strongly believe that being here in person in a historic moment that marks one critical step in strengthening Timor-Leste and ASEAN member states' relations, as we are moving confidently together towards realizing the shared vision of ASEAN, one vision, one identity, one community. Excellencies, together with ASEAN, we will prosper. Integration in ASEAN would mean vast opportunities for Timor-Leste as a young state of the millennium. My friends, as I stand here before you, we have taken decisive steps to achieve that. We are making Timor-Leste a committed and trustworthy ASEAN leader. I am confident we will become to be your partner before may God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. Next, before we begin the plenary session, which will be held in a closed manner, I respectfully request all media personnel to exit the meeting room. Thank you.
Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.